Hi, I'm Cyd Tokar with the Education Department of the Appell Center for the Performing Arts. If you're missing a friend right now, I know how that can be. You get a little bit lonely. Why not make your own? We found some items just laying around the house, and we're going to make a puppet. This one is going to be a marionette. We've got an old Kleenex tissue box that we can use the cardboard for, some twine, a scrap of foam core, styrofoam ball cut in half, some pieces of paper towel roll, got some wooden knobs here, a couple of plastic cups, and some whole foam balls. Now that I've assembled most of the items that I'm going to use to make this puppet, I've also added to the mix some regular glue, or I have fast grab tacky glue, which dries a little bit faster and might be better for these purposes, but be aware, regular white glue will work as well, it just takes a little bit longer to dry. So I'm going to take my scrap of foam core and I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise so that I have two sticks. You can also use two sticks. If you go outside, find a couple of sticks from a tree that might have fallen down, or if you have some popsicle sticks, that would work as well. Just something stiff and hard that you can use to make the controller for your marionette. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. And you can also use hot melt glue if you happen to have a glue gun. I've taken this styrofoam ball, cut it in half. I'm going to use that as my feet. So I'll take a bit of twine. If you have yarn, that will work. Some heavy duty thread. What else? Fishing line would work. Anything that you can make into. You can take something sharp, like an awl, A-W-L, poke it through and make a small hole in a piece of the styrofoam. If you don't have an awl, you can also use the end of a paintbrush or a sharp stick or a one of those bamboo skewers that you might find in your kitchen, because it's got a point on one end. You want to make sure your hole's not too big. Just big enough to be able to feed your thread or your yarn, whatever you're using as your string. Put a little bit of glue in the hole to hold your thread or string. If your thread is thin enough and you can get it all the way through, you can pull it through from the bottom and tie a knot. Now what would I like to use to make the body out of? I've got a couple different options here. I want something fairly lightweight. I think this paper towel tube that I've cut in half might just do the trick. So I'm going to cut it in half this way. And I'm going to cut this one in half this way. See if I can put these two together to make a larger oval for the body. So I've made some marks about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch apart, and I'm going to overlap those together with glue or staples to kind of create a nice curve. I'm going to do that on both ends. You can make like a montage or something out of this if you want. we've got our some semblance of some kind of oval now for our body. A little bit of hot glue stringies hanging on there. We can cover up the holes with some paper if we decide to cover this, or paint it, whatever. So, we got a head, we got 2 feet, we got a body. So, our dude's gonna look something like. So we've got our X-shaped controller. We're gonna start with the legs. And you can either poke a hole in this and run your string up through, or just tie it around the controller arm. What I'm going to do is poke the hole and then run my twine up through the hole as much as possible. There we go. Alright, so we're going to pull that through there. And do the same thing on the opposite side. And try and make it and we'll do the same thing with the head. And once more with the tail end of our little critter. And now we'll just adjust the length of the strings, the size of our little friend. That looks about right. I am going to go ahead and attach these to the side of the body. Once I know I've got them where I want them to be, this one needs just a little bit lower. Okay, so now I can put a little dollop of glue here at the head and the tail, and also here and here at the feet, and then I'm going to attach the feet over here to the side of the body so it looks like they're coming more naturally off of the body itself. Trim off the excess. This twine on the side of the leg looks wonderful. Alright, and that's the basic shape for a marionette puppet, kind of like a bird. I've created some feathers out of paper that I can put on the side over here like little wings, or attach them to his head. You can paint it, you can cover it with fabric, do whatever you like to make it into your brand new friend.